transfer portal is hotter than the Freaknik documentary that so many people out there saying it wasn't me when you see their face come across the screen. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you see a smaller version of me come across that screen, I'm telling you right now, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. I'm just going to say that. I'm lying. But yeah, but I will say this. I'm looking at this transfer portal, and what I'm seeing is something that's beyond everyone's wildest imagination. I know a lot of folks in the previous video, they was talking about, you know, the door swing two ways, and they're absolutely correct. But I got to put my coach's hat on and speak from a place that I know a lot of folks are going to be like, Dad, coach, come on, man, don't do this. You sounding like, you know, you sounding like something that, you know, just ain't on point here. But I'm telling you this right now. What Jackson State is doing right now, while everybody's sitting back laughing, I hope you're taking notes. We're going to talk about it right after this. You know, it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap in and free to Twitter to come on in. It's double positive vibe. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because I'm like, Coach, wait a minute. You're a little too amped up today. What in the world are you on? I mean, what you got going on? You had some sugar cubes over there? You been drinking some coffee today? Nah, guys, I weaned off coffee and tea. I had to back off that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you this: watching that Jack State football game that took place this past Saturday, helped me see some things that many people, you know, from the outside, that, you know, they want to see Jackson State crumble. It's almost like the New York Yankees. Everybody want to see them lose. Like LeBron James, everybody want to see him lose. You know, and it's funny how I'm just like, okay, y'all really think that these coaches not gonna bring these athletes into the program? Yeah, they got a lot of athletes that left, or a lot of athletes that have decided they want to take their talents and jump in that transfer portal. That's what they want to do. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. If y'all thought head coach T.C. Taylor and Coach O wasn't out there recruiting their behinds off, y'all better think again. As a matter of fact, what's even funny is, and a lot of Jack State folks, they don't even talk about it. And I hope they don't get upset at me when I say this, but the credit that we pass on to people sometimes saying that they did something, in actuality they didn't. What I'm getting at is that a lot of these athletes that was coming into the program, your head coach T.C. Taylor over there at Jackson State, along with Coach O, was bringing those athletes into the program. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, because if I get to going any further, I'm about to go ahead and get off topic, and I don't want to do that. But while folks are saying, you know, like I said, while folks are waiting on Jackson State to crumble so that they can go ahead and look at look at all the rubbish down below at their feet and start pointing and get to saying, see, we told you, trust and believe, that football Tigers program has weathered the storm. Matter of fact, I think, I'm going to be honest and say this, the storm that everybody thought Jackson State was going to stand in as far as athletes coming into the program, I think they just put on a rain jacket where everybody thought, you know, the sky was falling like Chicken Little. Here we go. Jackson State like, hey, we're going to keep on marching forward like they normally do. Even in the lean years, they just kept marching forward. They didn't worry about what everybody had to say or what they thought about their program. They just kept marching forward. The numbers were always in the stands before the previous coach got there. But yeah, he added a little extra to it, no doubt about it. But you got to give them their props. They just kept marching forward. And that's what they're doing now. With that being said, they're recruiting the athletes to come into the program that's going to fit the bill as far as those that want to be there to make some things shake and get everybody to understand. Them JSU fans is in the stands cheering for that Jack State Tiger football team. They know they got a product out there on the field that's coming out there to crack some heads. Now, they got a young man that's coming into the program, not coming in. They got a young man that has signed to the program already. Defensive lineman John Graves, who transferred from Southeastern Louisiana University. Now, through 2 seasons with the team, Graves played in 22 games, had 52 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, and 6 quarterback hurries. This young man in the Jack State Tigers defense, alongside Niles Gaddy and Doyle, and I believe True Thompson's going to be out there. Now, if I'm missing somebody else, I do apologize as well, or missing a couple other athletes, I do apologize. Forgive Coach on that. But adding this young man into the mix at the one technique on that defensive front, it's going to be scary. That's all I'm going to say. Jackson State understands the things that they need for them to have the necessary athletes on the field to run the defense that they're going to run. Watching this young man play that one technique, just flat out getting after it. His ability to stay low and shoot between the center and the guard, or better yet, him being shifted over, put him in the 3 technique out there on the field, or whatever defensive front he's in. This young man is able to beat those double teams, causing offensive linemen to add a 3rd player to come block him from time to time. If you think you're going to trap this man, run a trap play, and you're going to catch him slipping, your pulling guard or pulling tackle is going to pay for it. When I tell you he's going to flatline one of your players, it's going to be ugly watching this happen, because a lot of times people think that athletes are not paying attention to how the play is being, how the play is developed. This young man pays attention to the different things, the nuances that's around him, making sure that if by chance he's just released and let go to come up the field, you automatically know you got a pulling guard or a tackle coming to get you. So guess what? Keep your head on the swivel and do what you need to do. When I say this young man get after the ball and causes havoc in that backfield, this is something that this young man is going to be able to do. He definitely has a motor and he can get after it. For the Jackson State Tigers football program, they definitely got athletes on that defensive side of the ball, because looking at that game, I saw some things in which the defensive front, that front 7, was getting after it. Now, this next young man that they just offered, watching this young man come off the edge is definitely going to be dangerous. He has the speed to beat tackles off the ball when they're trying to kick back in that pass protection stance. Now, I'm going to tell you, one thing that coach would like to see with this young man is for him to sink them hips so that he's a little bit lower, so that he has that thrust when he's coming up to go ahead and shoot that arm up underneath that tackle, to get up underneath him, to keep him off, for him to just go ahead and blow right on by him. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a lot of tackles. They standing straight up with their chest up high in the air, looking for themselves to get blocked. Now, the young man that I'm talking about is none other than Josh Clark, outside linebacker, middle linebacker. Now, he's a transfer from Northwestern State University. He played for Ole Miss for 2 seasons, and then he moved on to Holmes Community College, and then he moved on to Northwestern State University. Now, this young man has been offered by Jackson State to become a part of the Tigers football program. He would definitely be another great asset to come to that defense, be it that he's a grad transfer coming in. So I believe this is going to be the last ride for this young man. Now, while at Northwestern State University, this young man 12 games, had 14 tackles, 4.5 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 2 quarterback hurries. Now, watching this young man come off that edge, again, like I said, he's dangerous. You got to make sure, listen, this young man is dangerous coming off that edge, especially if you got one of those tackles that is slow coming up out their stance. And we saw a lot of that last season with some of those tackles where they was a little bit slow, a little lethargic coming out them stands, and they was getting beat off the ball. This young man has a speed rush that is just off the chain. I do want to see what other tools he has in his toolbox when it comes to playing up against playing up against offensive linemen out there on the field, other than the speed rush. Again, adding this young man to the mix to go along with Doyle as well as Gaddy is going to be something special to see. Not only that, but this young man can cover at the middle linebacker position as well. Anything that's intermediate that's being thrown, say 3 to 5 yards, he can cover that. If they're trying to throw flare passes, he can get out there to that ball and prevent that running back from getting maximum gain on that play. So again, Jackson State is definitely covering all the bases as far as with bringing in the type of athletes that they need to continue to be formidable out there on the field against any opposing team that want to come out there and play them next season. Jackson State got their head down going to work. One other thing I do want to say is this. Just like Clark, Graves has a nose for the ball. I stated before, I just want to see Clark sink them hips a little bit more when he's coming up that field, especially on that speed run. And guess what? You got Mississippi Valley State as well as Southern University offering Clark to become a part of their football program. So we definitely going to see which direction this young man's going to go. But congratulations to Graves for signing with the program, and congratulations to Clark on receiving an offer from Mississippi Valley State, Southern University, as well as Jackson State. And we're going to sit back and wait and see which direction this young man decides to take his talents for the last ride. But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.